This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let's see the agenda for the class. The agenda for the class will be we will discuss about accept text, what is it and why we use it, and what is the restrictions to not to use it. Okay, where we cannot use accept text, item change event of data window, what is the benefit of this event and how it is working and how we can use this, and get child method. So we have one child data window. We have seen that we have added child data window, but if we want to get the reference of that child window, then how we can get the reference to use, like if we want to do something over the child window, how we can use that. Okay, so this is the agenda for the class, accept text. So let me show you why we use this. So give me one example, like for this form. Let me add one record here. Yes, so if I go to here I have not uh, uh, losing the focus from this field and try to save it. Sometimes it doesn't save this value. Let me see if it is saving. Last one 119, it is saving, but sometimes it doesn't save in form. So the last point where a user has not changed, user has changed but not lose the focus. So that means that text is not being accepted. So when we change our focus from one column to another column, then it accepts the text. So this is uh, so sometimes it happens that user has not lose the focus from one column and just try to save it. So what happened, it lose the last change because of that text is not being accepted yet. So what is the how we can rid of this problem? That is accept text function. So after every update we need to call accept text functions to avoid this type of scenarios. Like, let me show you what is accept text. Accept text, so applies the content of the data window edit control to the current item in the buffer of data window control of the data store. When we type something, it is not in primary buffer, it is in edit control. And when we lose the focus from one column to different column, then it copies from edit control to primary buffer. So sometimes it happens that user has not lose the focus. The data in the edit control must pass the validation rule for column it will be stored in the item. So use, what is the use of? When the user moves from item to item in data window control, the control validates and accept data and user has edited. So sometimes user doesn't move. So that in that scenario, we need to use this accept text before any update. Like how to call accept text, the problem, the solution. Everything is written here. This type of help file you will not get from any tool. The problem. Normally, new data is validated and accepted when the user moves to new cell in the data window. If the new data causes an error, the message box displays, which causes that data window to lose focus. If you have also coded the lose focus to call accept text to validate an event posted for lose focus to call accept text to validate data when the control lose focus. This accept text runs because the message box and triggers are infinite loop for validating errors. Solution. What is the solution? It is desirable to validate the last change data when the lose focus. You can accomplish by making a sure accept text get call only when the data window control really has lost focus. So that means if you are uh, at the last column you are not changing anything, that means it is not accepting the value. Sometimes what we need to do, we need to accept test first before any update, before any update. So accept text should be, and it triggers the item change event. So the same thing happens when you change the item. So calling the accept text in the item change event has no effect. Accept text can trigger an item change or an item error event. If there is a error, then item error. If there is no error, it causes the item change event. If you call this into the item change event, it will be a loop. Accept test calling item change calling accept test. So it will be a loop, and it is a infinite loop. So it is restricted to use accept test in the item change event. So how it's just impacting small things like here what we need to do before any save, what we need to do, we need to write this dwxm test dot accept text, just this one. The problem for this losing focus at the last column will be resolved. Otherwise it may be a chance that you will lose some data. So whatever you have changed at the last, that may be you can lose that data. Okay, so only just remember after every, before update you need to just accept text. You need to say accept all text and then update. So whatever is not accepted yet, that will be accepted. Got it? So you can learn about like this. Data window need to accept all data, and we call it for security reason that everything will be accepted before update. Make sense? Now, how item change work? I want to make something over item change of one value. So what I need to write? I need to write here. Okay, let me show you the best example for this. Let's create some table here. Okay, the table is create table country, and it is country code varchar and country name varchar 30. So this is a master for country. Same we can create a master for state. STATE states. So what we need to do, state code STATE state code varchar 10, then country code and then state name. Any doubt? And you can say city, and I'm saying city code, then state code, and then city name. Make sense? Create all three tables. Why here? Okay, so I have created three tables: country, state, and city. Now let me create some data in all tables. Who is talking? So mute yourself if you are not talking to me. Select asterisk from country. Let me create two records. How we can create? Okay. So it should be insert into country, and I'm saying values. I'm saying 91 India, 92 Pakistan, 01 USA. Any doubt?
Spelling of values.
I do mistakes sometimes. Okay. Now select asterisk from country. So these three. Good. Now the same for, let me create for states. So like I'm saying state, there is no code for state currently. 001 91 UP, 002 003, and all are Haryana, Rajasthan. Make sense? Okay. And we are committing meanwhile. Okay. So
सर कंट्री कोड सेम हो गया सर इसमें स्टेट टेबल में
हाँ तो कंट्री क्या सेम नहीं है? तीनों स्टेट के लिए कंट्री सेम नहीं है?
सारी इंडिया ही है ना।
तीनों के लिए सेम है भाई. Why confusing?
अच्छा अच्छा हमें
Country code is same for all state. So this is the relationship between country and state. And now we are going for same for city. And like this, if I go for the city, I'll create 9 cities. First 00 city code, that is one. Country state code, you can say like this. So this is the UP, and the UP means Meerut, Bijnor, or Muradabad. Correct? And here is we need 2 because of 2 is Haryana, that means 1 is Gurgaon, Faridabad, and we can say
अंबाला।
Ambala. And now it's 3. So 3 we need to also, because city are moving 5, and it is 6, 7, 8, and 9. So Rajasthan means Jaipur, Ajmer, and you can say, what is we can say, No other city?
Jodhpur.
Yeah. So we can also insert these codes. This is the set for our data. Let me come and put commit.
Is it states or city?
Oh, and why it is not giving error? It's my
Values
bad.
are different, na sir. So
Yes, it's not state. We need to remove this.
hmm.
So we can say delete from state where country code not equal to 91. Yes, it's clear out. Commit. I don't know why my tool is not working properly. Every time I need to comment something. Okay, so these are three states. Now make it city. Why this is happening? Because we have not written the column name. Otherwise, it will give me error. Okay, so this is the state, then city. Let me copy to show you the full data. You can say country, state, and city. Oh, not all. Oh, it is like this. So the result set for one is country, for two is state, and three is city. So we have three tables, correct? Now we want to see something that when we select a state, then when we select a country, my state should be refreshed, and when I select a state, my city will should be. Now let's create one screen here by inheritance. Every time we can say control W item changed. W I, or we can say W demographic. W demographic. So nothing will come from the database as we want. We don't have any this time any table. We can create a employee table, and then we can create three column there: country code, state code, and city code. We can. We have already one table here that is called 1 minute. Huh? Okay, so we can do one thing here. We have already one table. What is this? Employee. Let me show you the table, or we can create a new table. Let me create one table here. Create. Oh, from here. Okay, I want to make it. Okay, let me comment it so that I can provide you the same. So we are going to create a table. Create table student, and the first name is student ID, that is also varchar, keeping all varchar for avoiding confusion, nothing else. And student name varchar 30, country code varchar 10, state code varchar 10, city code varchar 10. Any doubt? You can make it primary key. Any doubt here? No, I don't think so. We have a doubt. Student already exists. Oh, employee already exists. Student already exists. What we can do? We can say member. Just member. Just to avoid multiple work. So what we need to do? Go to here. We need to create a data window. Go data window. Free form. We are going to create a free form here first, and member open. Okay. Rows, go to the update property, check update. Yes, everything is update. Key column is the best column because we have a primary key. Makes sense. D member, apply to here, and just W item change. Going to here, not creating any new, just using the old one. So I have created one here, photo. Just changing W item changed, just to avoid multiple work. Correct. What we need to do here? I have not added any menu. I need to add. Where is item change? Sorry. Add one menu here, that is activity. Make sense? Nothing added as a code. So we need to add as a code. What is demographic? Base and then UE new. That will be the same code. Long LL inserted. Now let me show you the one point here. Dot insert row, that is 0. 0 means at the current location. So previously what we are doing here, we are writing here dot set item and then row number, then column name, and the column name is student ID, and then value is coming from f gen key, that is a function we have created, f key gen. Okay, f key gen. So this is the one method for set item. Now we can write the same by using the dot operator. So many more things here. Data window demographic dot object dot student dot, what is the column name here, student ID, then which row is inserted, and what the value is f key gen. So you can also use the dot operator or object property, we call it object property. So generally we use set item and get item, but we can also use the object property of data window to set the values and to get the values. Okay, so this is also one thing we can use in our code. Now let me show you how it works. Here look, the same way as it is working for set item. So if you want to use this, you can also use this, but the same way you can also use a object property, nothing different, but it's simple one. For getting and for setting, everything is same. Object property and data window control dot object dot column name dot the, and then in the bracket what the number of row, and then you can assign and you can also get the values and set the values. So let me use it. Make sense? Now what we want to achieve, we want to achieve country code, state code, and city code. So what we need to do, we need to create 3 drop down. First drop down we will go and will create from which table, country code country. We name it DDW country. Okay, and the same thing what we need to do, we need to create state, and that will be state code, state name, and let me show you, we call it retrieval argument. Let me convert it to where country code equal to argument country code. So that means country code will come as a argument, because we want to retrieve only those states that are selected as a for the selected country, not all. Make sense? So we need to create this. We have created this and we name it triple DW states. Same way we can create city, grade, and its city code, city name. Go to the design where state code equal to, this is the name of argument, state code. We need to define a argument for this. Go to here, design, retrieval argument. We say this state code and it's a string. Let me remove the header. Triple DW city. Make sense? If we want to retrieve this, what we need? A retrieval argument. Default, cancel, retrieve. Yes, I need a code 001 for state Meerut, Bijnor, Muradabad. If I retrieve 002, it will be Gurgaon, Faridabad, Ambala. 003, it will be Jaipur. Okay, so this will, we need to, and what now? Add country code as a country in the drop down. Maybe we could not able to complete this session. Drop down data window, and then we need to select country, and then display value will be country name, data value will be the country code, and always so arrow. Same for a state, like this. Drop down, display value will be state name, data value will be state code, pencil, so arrow. Okay, and same for city. Drop down data window, city name, here it should be code. Okay, let's see how it is. Currently no city retrieved, no state retrieved, no country retrieved. Why? Because we have not retrieved this. If we retrieve the record for this student, country will be retrieved, because there is no retrieval argument. When we retrieve the parent record, it's also try to retrieve child record if there is no retrieval argument. If argument is there, it will pop up a argument. Same like data window. Like if we want to retrieve this country code after inserting, how we can retrieve? We need to get a reference for this. How? We need to create one data window child, LDWC, and the name will be like country. And how we can get the reference? It is DW demographic dot get child. Then which column we want to refer? It's country code. And what is the name for this? It is here. So we get the reference uh, in this variable LDW, and it is same like data window. So what we need to do? LDWC dot set trans object, because first we need to tell it which database connection you need to use, and then because it doesn't have any retrieval argument, it just retrieve. Let's try. Look, and then over the item change event of country code we need to retrieve state. How we can achieve this? The same way, go to here in the item change event, and we are saying if dwo is a object here, dwo dot name, that means if item change is done on country code, then make a reference of state, and based on data retrieve the state. So yes, again data window child ldwc state, and here because we are in this dot get child. Why we are using this? Because we are already in data window control. No need to like make a name here, and I need state code and then my variable for state, and the same thing is here ldwc dot set trans object and sqlca, and I want to retrieve this, and because I have given one retrieval argument and that is country, so if we are going to item change the country, the data will be uh, traced by this data variable string data, so I can pass it this one. So if country code is being changed, that means the value that we change is available in data, and it will retrieve the state code like this. Country is here, India. Oh, why we don't have data for 91 in state, where country code equal to 91 we have, but somehow we are not retrieving this. Let me check this. Go to insert breakpoint. Let's see what is happening here. New, yes, item change happen, then dw name. Oh, my mistake, I have not written the proper line name here, and it is not going under this, so that means COUNTRY. So column name should be proper, otherwise it will not go under this if condition. So it's country code. So this way you can also debug and you can find what is happening there. Let me see. Country India. Look. And the same we can write on cities. Let me try this. Copy the same, put it here, I'm saying if it is a state code change, state, if it is a state code change, then you need to trace the country code, city code, city, and make one variable here ldwc city, and this and this and this, because when state will be changed, the data will hold state value. Now let's see. Country India, state UP, city this. Let me change country Pakistan. There is no state for Pakistan. Yes, I think so. Yes, we have no data for Pakistan.
No, sir.
So we need to add data first. Okay. So this way item change get child work. So this is just basic idea. There are multiple things we need to look here, but just basic idea how we can use the get child and item change event. Make sense?
Here we cle- here we clear the city code
Yes.
drop down
Yes,
items
that is
clear.
dependent on us. Everything is
Here we
dependent on
clear.
us. Everything dependent on us.
Okay.
Writing the code, like if
D-
country code is changed,
Suppose
then no problem. This dot object dot state code equal to blank, and the row, which row that we are working here, row, and like for country code we also want to change the city code, and from state we just only want to change the city. Yes, so everything is based on our code. If we want to write something, we just need to look which event we are using, what we are using, what we need to write here, like this: India, UP, Meerut. Now I am using Pakistan. Make sense? Now there is no record for
yes,
Pakistan,
yes,
otherwise you
got
will.
it.
And why it is not? And even you can also uh, even you can also reset this, like for country this retrieve, and for city, or you can, like, for when you are doing country you are retrieving, and you can also reset it dot reset. Every function that we can use for uh, city, it will not work. It will not work. It will give error because get child is here. Either we need to put a get child above this. Okay, so we can do anything based on our logic and based on our requirement. Make sense? So this is like just idea how we can use get child, how we can use uh, item change event. Make sense? Now I have another call on 7:30, so I need to
Yes,
close.
yes.
Okay, thank you
Okay,
all.
okay.
I'll put this into like same in drive, and you need to practice. Thank you.